Here we go.
Good afternoon, YouTube man with George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, there's a big controversy, and I don't know why it's a big controversy all suddenly about this site, Girls with Muscle. Now, this site's been around for quite some time, and I follow this site. Also, I've used some of the content from the site because here's the thing is, there's a thing called fair use. Now, it's kind of iffy with it, depending on the content maker, or if the photographers own it, or it's something directly from your social media platform. Most of these pictures are not too risque, mostly women and flexing, and they're not all professional bodybuilders. Yes, you have some companies that advertise on this site, because it's a way for them to get the followers. And many of the guys who follow this site are not they're really more a fan of women with muscles. You have quite a few professional bodybuilders, and many ladies, amateurs, models. I can do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a search. See, I go here to images, if that's me, and I will search for a particular person. All right, I'm gonna say there we go, Alicia Baumgartner. Now, Alicia Baumgartner is a professional fighter. She just fought about a month or so ago. And most of the stuff is, and Alicia, if you look at her, she's very fit, she's attractive. And she's pretty much a public figure. That's the thing is, when you are in a sport where you are a public figure, you're going to get attention. People are going to pay attention to you, And also, if I search for a particular bodybuilder, okay, I'm going to put in a lady I'm a fan of. Here's his. Image of the following are not allowed, possibly because they have requested not to appear on the site. Lola Montez. She's not. Now, somebody who I'm a fan of, and I hope she's cool with this, and I know she probably knows about this site, because again, she is one of the top 3 bodybuilders in the sport. Go put up here. Andrea Shaw. And, a lot of his stuff is mostly, pictures, videos from competitions. Many of you see on my platform because these become fair use. This is from her last time she competed at the, when she get guest posing at the Steve Carr show. And, this is from somebody else's internet. The thing is, with the internet, when you put it out there in public, it becomes fair use. This is beautiful. Like I said, I am Andrea Shaw fan. I can't help it. This woman's amazing, And the thing is, many of the guys who follow this site are not all about bodybuilding. They're all about women who have muscle, the beauty of women with muscle, how they grow and develop. Quite a few ladies on here are not bodybuilders. Many of them are mostly models, I understand some people have issue with it, but here's the thing, ladies. When you put your stuff out there in public, like here, this lady here, she's a competitor. Her name is Carol. It's out there. I believe she does, by the looks of it, wellness. Here's the thing is, you see the watermark. That's the watermark from the photographer. So the thing is, the photographer is the one who has control of these pictures. So if they're not saying anything about it, if they're not having an issue, then there's not much you can do about it. If they took pictures of you and somebody shares them, unless they tell that site to hold them down, they're most times not. And sometimes they use these sites to sell their product too, doing photo session stuff. Here's some more pictures of her. She, I think she's a lovely lady. Maybe you might want to do that for an interview. Also, his images waitlisted to be posted, meaning that they're probably looking for permission or they're waiting on a certain time if that person's okay with it. I might reach out to her. I don't know if her first name is Carol. Her last name, I don't know if she's English or she might be American. I want to check it out. And then also with me, I do interviews. And sometimes most times I ask ladies, hey, can I get some pictures for my social media so I can post a community interview, or if I need to use for for making the thumbnail for the video. The little cover for every YouTube video has a cover. You don't see it on the main video, but you see it when you go to my website and go to my channel. There's the cover. Some ladies like it, some ladies don't. Sometimes I've changed it on occasion. Some ladies love them. I got a couple of reviews I put out. I showed them the cover. They love it. But here this is. This is a site. It's just about fan viewership. It's fan sharing. And, people, I don't know, you ladies, especially in bodybuilding, you don't get enough recognition. You're not considered a real sport in the mindset of the everyday person because your sport's so extreme. This lady right here, I think she's a model. I don't think she's a competitor, but because she has muscles, that's what it is. They pay attention to the detail of the muscle. There's so many ladies on here. Again, you have wrestlers, book fighters, entertainers. I think, let's see. I think I can find, if she's on here, I think she's on here. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let me check. You see, yes, there she is. Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett's on here. Angela Bassett has been known for her arms for years. Ever since What Love Got to Do with It. This is from her when she was in the Wakanda movie. But that was Black Panther 2. And I think about it, Angela Bassett is 67 years old, and this is throwback. This is years ago. Not as big, but still in good shape. And this is from a little scene from a little video from What Love Got to Do with It, when she's walking away from Ike. Lawrence Fishburne. Look at her back. God. If she competed, I will see she could make a great bodybuilder. And this is from a movie. Look right here. It's a little clip from the scene when she leaves Ike. This is the part where she takes the kids. Look at her arms. Look at her pecs. Angela Bassett. She's on here. You don't have to be ladies. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You just be a celebrity or just a guy. So again, these guys were a fan of muscle, women with muscle. It's nothing to do with you. And I know some of you have an issue, but here's again is, if you don't want to be seen and have yourself posted, go private on social media. But here's the problem. Many ladies depend on, sponsorship and also selling product. And your body is like your tool to sell that product. If you privatize yourself, you'll have a handful of people to pay attention to you, while the rest of the everyday public miss out. Maybe you are sponsored by companies where you used to sell your image to sell your product. This is about fan viewership, fans who love women with muscle. Not just bodybuilders. This young lady, I don't think she's a bodybuilder that I know of. I haven't seen her name. That's her name right there. And also, if you have a problem with it, just go to the channel and tell them to take you off. If you see your name in there, take you off. But there's some ladies who I follow who don't have a problem with it, because the fact is, this is promoted themselves. There's other sites that do far worse. There's sites like, some ladies who actually do hardcore, adult content. And that's on some sites like Pornhub. If I can't watch it because in my home city, North Carolina, we're part of the Bible Belt. And now we have a thing now, we have to put in your total ID to go to those sites. There's still little side sites here and there, but they're from different servers. There's another site I know that they post a lot of stuff, not just, bodybuilding pictures, but also contest stuff, and also even some of that adult stuff. But again, you come after this site. It's a small site. I want to defend it because the fact is, I get some of my good content. This is some of the stuff I use my content for when I make reels. I know somebody out there talking about, you don't like guys making reels for your birthday. Well, I do that because I like to be nice. And I respect some of you ladies. I'm fans of you. And especially ladies I've done interviews with. And I post up previous interviews, but then, what, I want to post something else. I don't want to post just that interview one time. I want to always say thank you for the time you took out to do the interview. And if I can find something, like recently I just posted a video for Michelle Moo Johnson. And she even talked that she doesn't care. It doesn't bother her because she's also a person who works in the industry. She's selling her image and her body. She's selling a look to it. She hasn't competed yet as a bodybuilder yet. She actually competed was back, I think, in 2023, and we're waiting for her to make her pro debut. It's been almost 3 years. There's plenty of ladies on here, and also again, here are these sites they use to advertise. And many of these ladies work on those sites. And even depend on, because truthfully, you truly depend on the fans who are fan with muscle and the guys who start becoming fans. Not like back in the day, you used to have the magazines. And because here's the problem, the magazines don't have too many real women with muscle. They have a few here and there, some models like that, but no professional bodybuilders. And generally, they're just catered mostly to the everyday person. They post some chick she's cute, she got a nice build, but not a lot of muscle. Like a bikini competitor, or you got fit model competitor. But many ladies are not bodybuilders. Many of them are just attractive young ladies, like this one here, these two ladies here, with great physiques. I mean, wow, killer abs. I think they might do CrossFit. I think they're sisters, Stella and Thelma. They're both attractive young ladies, but they're not bodybuilders. It's not all about bodybuilders. And a lot of these ladies promote themselves. Here's one lady who I'm a fan of, Nadia Capasotto. Nadia's a beautiful Italian female bodybuilder. I can't wait to see her compete maybe this coming year. But again, the site has never, been too disrespectful. And post a lot of people on here. There's a lot of ladies out here. Many of them are just models. Many of them are just, athletes. And quite a few are celebrities. And this is a fan thing. It's a fan share. And again, when you put your image out there, it becomes public. Now, unless it's copyrighted by the photographer that took the pictures, then they can say something. But most of them not, because many of them will use this as advertisement. Her biceps is on here. They use advertisement. It's right here. It's her biceps cam. This is a way they can make their money for the company. And again, I'm gonna start to them, hey, what you need to do is this. I know some promoters will do it, but you need to approach some, especially with women bodybuilding going through right now, you need to approach some promoters about me sponsoring a bodybuilding show. You're making money off from these ladies who are competitive, and you should be, turn return by, hey, helping the division, especially with physique and women's bodybuilder. And many of the ladies who are on those sites, like Her Biceps or Muscle Girls Lives, most of them are not even bodybuilders. Some are just models trying to make a little money on the side because they found a fetish in bodybuilding. But yeah, you could say it's a fetish site, But the thing is, anything, be it bodybuilding, be it model, be it actress, can be fetishized. There's guys out there. And again, if I told you ladies, you heard me many times say it, I am a muscle purse smile. And I love this site. I come out here, look at pictures, pull some up. If I'm going to make something like a photo layout, I can go to this site. Sometimes it's hard to get to you ladies, because hey, sometimes y'all don't want to, I understand. I be respectful. I reach out, let you know. I tell you. But sometimes, especially for birthdays, I want to be surprised. I want to say thank you and appreciation for taking time out to do an interview, or just me being a fan. This, again, it's about fan support. And that's the problem with your sport right now. You quite a few of you don't feel like you really appreciate the fans. We appreciate you. We appreciate your physiques, your discipline, and your consistency. This site's job is just to, bring attention to it. And you don't have to pay. All you got to do is just go in, register, or if you log in, and there's no pay in it. Not like if you're onto another site where you have to pay to look at content, And hey, nowadays you got to stretch your dollar. Some sites will want to charge you $40, $50. Unless it's stuff like on OnlyFans, where it's expensive and you pull it off. Yes, if you have a problem with that, get that. But once you put your stuff on things like Facebook, Twitter, IG, YouTube, any of these public platforms, it's free, fair use. Realize that. It's shaky ground. Some stuff I've got before that, I got caught, and YouTube say, hey, take it down because there's some copyright things. Others, it won't, because the fact is there's no copyright issue. It's free, fair use. So if I don't solve your problem, I don't know what to say. But like I said again, realize we are fans. We're here to support you, ladies. We're here, we like your physique. Right here, we have Tiff right here. Crazy. I keep saying this girl needs to go to women's bodybuilding. I know her glutes are long, but maybe just cut back on some of the leg day. But this is about support. And it's about guys who have a love for women with bodybuilding, women with muscle. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. Just fit, good shape, and attractive. Like anything. Like there's dozens of sites where we have models and bikini girls, out there. And this is the same thing too. It's about you. And I know many of y'all are very self-confident and there's no issues of body dysmorphia and all of that. But please realize, Many of us are respectful. Yes, you're going to have some weirdos here and there. Yes, there's some guys who are not a fan of this. But you know what? We who are generally, I would say, let's say 95% of us who are generally just fans of you women, who respect your physique and admire it. We like this site. We like you. We want to see more of you. And sometimes we want to be, it's like a social connection. So if you have issue with it, if you know you're on here, go to the site, tell them put you down. I know quite a few ladies who are not on here. Like one last name I'm gonna put on. It's a lady I'm also a fan of. She's not on here. There she is. Images of following are not allowed, or possibly because they requested not to appear on the site. Alicia Young. So, but she does have her biceps, account profile. So, if you have a problem with the site, you're on it, let them know you don't want to be on it. Other than that, you don't really have much of a leg to stand on. Because it's called fair use. And that's how it works. So, that's all I'm going to say to you. This is your Man Always Yours page. Like, don't like. Subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.